Can you think of a time when a family member or a friend said something negative about you? Did you get offended? Or you chose to completely ignore what they said? Donald Macmillan says, if you believe in yourself, things are possible. Mr. President, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our most welcome guests. More than ever, it is crucial we understand that we are all special. We are wonderfully made. And we can make it to the top in every area of our lives, regardless of our background or our skin color. I believe achieving success is easy. If you believe in yourself, it's easy because you have a starting point. I remember back in the day in my secondary school, I was bullied. Students used to make fun of my ears. You can't see them, but I've got big ears. My forehead and my feet. My feet is big. I wear a size 7. Normally women wear size 4, 5, 6, but my feet is big. Sometimes I wear 8. So students made fun of all these things. I felt bad. I didn't believe I was beautiful. Every time I was hearing big ears. By the way, I could hear properly. The only thing I've got big ears. I was thinking of my forehead and my feet. So I didn't like myself. With time, I began to believe what they're saying. The next thing, I was looking for an action plan. How do I come out of this? I think I'm not beautiful. Why did God give me big ears? Why did God give me big feet? Everybody seems to be wearing size 5, 6. I'm wearing size 7. I'm only 16. What's wrong? So I decided there's a way out of here. I can't take off my ears because I'll be operated. I'll have to stay with my ears. I can't change my forehead, but I can do something about the shoes or the size of my feet. So I decided to buy small size shoes, size 6. But I was struggling every time I could wear these shoes. There was pain on my toes. And to this day, when we come back to a meeting, I'll show you my toes. I've got marks for that. Simply because I picked onto those words and I believed them. And I wanted to prove to people that I'm also beautiful, regardless of my big ears, regardless of my having big feet. What was I doing? I wanted to conform in. As I grew older and started going to church and attending seminars, I learned that I'm beautiful. Bless God, I've got big ears, but I can hear properly. I have no problem with hearing. My forehead is okay. It's fine to have big feet. I just need to go down and get a nice pair of shoes. I don't need conforming. I don't need to be admiring. Girls wear size, yeah, I can admire them. Bless God, if they're wearing size 5, yes, I can compliment them if they're buying nice shoes. So I became comfortable with the features I have, and I began to see myself a little bit beautiful. It's still, work to do. There's still work to do. But from that point, I believe that I'm Black, I'm beautiful with my big ears, with the forehead I have, and my feet. From that story, I learned there are 3 things that can have an impact on your self-worth. Number 1, the words we live under have an impact on how we see ourselves if we're not careful. The people we hang around What are they saying to us? And the environment we live in. Talking about words. What words are you listening to every day? Who is speaking into your life? What are they saying? This is what we need to be asking ourselves, because if they're speaking negative words, after a while you'll believe those words and eventually you will act on them, and this will have an impact in everything you're trying to do in your personal life, in your professional life. So from that time, I'm careful. Who is speaking to me? What am I listening to? I read a book a while ago. It was written by Creflo Dollar. He's a pastor now, but before he was a therapist. He did a degree in educational therapy, and he wrote a book, and that book is called 8 Steps to Create a Life You Want. And he was talking about words, the words we live under, and how they lead us to our destiny. That's what I put on that slide. Words form our thoughts, and our thoughts form our emotions, and our emotions form our decisions. Then our decisions form our actions. Then our actions form our habits. Our habits form our character, and our character leads us to our destiny. I've tried to use this in my life. Every time I'm having negative thoughts, I have to speak to myself, stop. And sometimes these negative thoughts come as a result either because of the words that have been spoken, or maybe sometimes listening to news. Then I'm thinking, and if you're not careful, when you start thinking, you make decisions, and then you'll act, and so forth, as I've put everything on that slide. So what am I saying today? With my experience, I learned it's important to be careful and to analyze which words we listen to every day, and also to choose which people should be speaking into our lives. Number 2, the people we hang around, people we surround, who surround us. It's been said that we become the next 5 people who are closest to us. The 5 closest people who are around us all the time. That's what we become. You can try it out. I've tested it myself to see who are my friends. These friends could even be great family members. It's very hard to go beyond, or to expand, or to run with your purpose, with your dreams. If people around you, they're not motivated, eventually you will get into the trap. So the question is always, are these people going in the same direction where I'm going with my dreams and my purpose? Normally there are 2 types of people. There are people with us, and there are people for you. Now, the people for you, they will celebrate you. They will believe in you. They will go an extra mile to make sure that you fulfill your purpose, you achieve your goals. This could mean so many things. They could be checking on you. They could be visiting you. They will be there all the time. In good times and bad times, they will show up. The people with you, they will only show up when it's convenient for them. When there is something in for them. Every time you see a phone call coming through, it's a hey, Florence, how you doing? Are you okay? How is it going? How have you been? How did you go through this lockdown season? And the next minute, there is a request behind. I've not been working. Things are hard. I've got so many bills. I'm looking for a loan. And as soon as I go back to work, so there's always a request. There's always a need at the end of the conversation. They're with you. They will show up when it's convenient, when you need them, when you're down, when you need to be encouraged. They're not around. And I speak with personal experience. So, question, who are the next 5 people around you? Are they for you? Or are they with you? All this will make an impact on how you feel about yourself. Yes, they don't get to fulfill your dreams, or they don't, obviously people, when you have people around, they're there to encourage you and support you. You're the main person who needs to make sure that your goals are achieved. But the people around you, they have an impact. They'll be saying things. Either those things will be draining you or motivating you. It's all related. Everything helps you to understand who you were. Well, we already know we can make it. We already know everybody is the same. However, sometimes we need a bit of encouragement. That is why it is important to surround ourselves with people who are with us. Number 3, the environment. Positive environment versus a negative environment. We live in so many environments. Sometimes, we go to work, we meet clients, we have our personal homes, we got friends. But every environment has an impact on how you feel, on how you see yourself. Sometimes we live in negative environment, not because we want to be there. We find ourselves, sometimes we live in a home, maybe it's not even a family home, you're staying with a friend, or you're staying in a house, probably you're sharing. Everybody's not the same. You find some people are so negative, they don't care. We've just come out of a crisis. Right now, what we need is people speaking positive things. Say, okay, yeah, we've come out of this crisis. Things are going to get better. Regardless of the time we've spent at home, we can get jobs. We can believe. So, yes, we hear it on the news, but it's different. So these are the conversations should be happening in our environment. But if we stand in an environment that is supporting what they're saying on the news, we don't disagree what they're saying on the news, but those are facts. Facts, yes. Some people have lost jobs, but we will live through. We live through the season of the lockdown. Yes, we can still go through the next season. So the environment we live in, the words that are spoken, can have an impact on how we feel. We want to live in an environment where we are motivated, where we're full of energy to go forward. If you live in an environment, people are talking about your ears, your feet, then you completely forget about your goals, then you start to worry about yourself. So we need to look at the environment we're in. Sometimes it could be yourself who can change that environment. We are not here to change people, but how you respond can make a difference in that environment. The environment may be negative, but because of your presence, that environment can change. But all depends, are you able to do that? Maybe even yourself, you need to be motivated to go forward to the next level. This is where you need to discern whether that environment is for you for now, or you need to relocate for now until you're ready to come back. Because a negative environment will drain you. Lastly, conclude. Say you might be sitting here today, or you might be in this meeting, and somehow, somewhere, you're not happy. It could be relating to your physical body, as I had those. It could be a situation which is relating to your self-worth. You don't feel loved. You feel like there's something, missing. Or maybe people have said negative words. Or people have bullied you, or people have put you down because of your color of the skin. It could be anything. I want to show you today, you, regardless of where you came from, regardless who you are valuable. It doesn't matter. If you have big ears like me, you're beautiful. If you're black, if you're white, you're still beautiful. Our job is to believe in ourselves and overlook and say, yes, I've had, yes, I've seen, but maybe what I can do is to see how I can make a difference with this challenge, but not to get caught up in what's been said so that it affects you going forward. We can run over what's been said to us, what has been done, and go forward and pursue our goals regardless of who we are, regardless of how we look like, and win. I'll end with a quote from Beyonce. Your self-worth is determined by you. The only thing, you don't have to depend on someone else to tell you who you were. In circumstances, to add on with my conclusion, if you're in a situation where things have been said to you because of how you look like, what you need to do is to see how you can bring awareness, educate people, and see how you can make a difference. And don't let those words to put you down. We can all make it, and we can have a good life in England or whichever country we come from. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Florence.